What's up, everybody? It's been a little while. Sportsbook Trapper here on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook. I don't have a ton of social media. I got to kind of fix that, kind of old man status. But on Facebook, my regular name, Joseph Schultz, Schultz. I do a little TikTok. I got to get back on there. Same name, Sportsbook Trapper on TikTok. But right now I'm gonna go through. I threw together a quick NBA show for you guys. Just 3 games: a heavy lean, a slight lean, and then kind of a coin flip game, where I'm just gonna tell you what I think about the game, and if it persuades you guys one way or the other. If you already had some thoughts on that game, then that's fine. But one that I'm definitely staying away. I do have a really strong NBA play of the day today, although it's not one of these games that I'm going to talk about here. I haven't been on here in so long, and I'm trying to build this thing. It is my dream to one day make a living on YouTube, or maybe YouTube and a couple other platforms. And you got to start small, right? So first goal was triple digits, just 100 followers. I've been at 96 for a hell of a long time. So if we could get 4 new subscribers, that really would actually make my day. All right. But with that said, me having not been making a lot of videos, definitely, I was trying to wait till I got my background and my microphone and everything all professional looking. But time waits for no man, and I gotta chase some dreams. It's been a rough couple days for me personally, and I just decided just to fuck it, go ahead and do this shit, man. No one's waiting for me. No one cares about me. I gotta go get it if I'm gonna get it. 4 subscribers, come on, guys, help me out. Now, for that, the NBA play today, I'm not gonna go into it. I got my clients in at Dallas plus 4.5 last night. I have a free group on Facebook also, so you can look me up for that, where I give out like 1 pick a day, or every now and again I'll throw in free VIP for the day or whatever. And I gave that out to them a few hours later. Had dropped to 3.5 already. But Dallas Mavericks, my NBA play of the day for Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. I think it's close to a smash spot as you can get for the NBA. I don't even call NBA smash spots anymore. NBA is the hardest sport to bet. I ain't gonna go off on a tangent about all the sports, but NBA has just gotten so hard. But with that said, first game we're gonna go over is a pretty good game. It's gonna be a great one to watch. Cavs at the Pacers. Opened up 5.5, shot up to it's at 8.5 now. Probably the news of Halliburton not playing. We just saw these 2 teams play like 3-4 games ago. Indiana, they won outright as 9-point dogs in Cleveland, which wasn't really actually, I don't want to say it wasn't surprising at all to me, but definitely thought they were going to cover that game. For them to win outright, a little bit of a surprise, but they've been stepping up all year. Or not all year, but lately, right? They just have one of those teams that matches up well against the Cavs. The Cavs have the Twin Towers, all that height down low. Now, yeah, they're still undersized compared to the Cavs, but Turner, Siakam, they give them problems for one reason or another. And then you got guys like Nembhard, Mathurin, and they can at least throw a little bit of defense at Garland and Mobley. Also, possible look-ahead spot for the Cavs. Like I said, I threw this show together pretty quickly, so if I'm mistaken, I'm sorry. But possible look-ahead, because I believe their next game is against OKC. If it's not, they do have them on deck very soon within the next couple of games. But I think it's literally their next game. So possible look-ahead spot with them on deck. Pacers, after a slow start, we were kind of questioning, are they the team that we saw last year that was so good, especially offensively? They were like all-time great offensively. People don't even realize that. But after, somewhat slow start, Halliburton didn't really look like himself. 6-0 straight up and against the spread in their last 6, and it's starting to look like the team that took out my New York Knicks in last year's playoffs, which I'll always hate them for, but I've hated them since Reggie Miller did this. So fuck them. But I think they're going to be feisty in this game. I don't think they win outright twice in a row against the Cavs, even though they're at home. But if you're going to give me 8.5 points, even without Halliburton, I would go with the Pacers here. Now, it's like an hour before game time. I might wait a half hour, 45 minutes, see if the public keeps throwing money on the Cavs and see if you could get a 9 or a 9.5. But 8.5, definitely would take them. I think they're going to be feisty in this game. Now, that's my strong lean. Here goes my slight lean, all right? Thunder at the 76ers. You got the second best ATS team versus the second worst ATS team. You got possible locker room drama with the Sixers. You never know who's going to play. Maxey, questionable up until the moment of me making this. Embiid, I think, is going to play, but it's Embiid, so you never know. Now, then you got like a team literally on the other end of the spectrum, right? Because these teams aren't that far apart if you're talking about talent, which is the sick thing. I think OKC has slightly more talent, slightly more deep, but it's not a huge gap. It's all about the culture, the coaching. So the comparison that I make for the Thunder, and we're talking regular season, because when you talk about where I'm going to go with this, you'll understand. When you talk about the NFL, the playoffs are like one and done. So, and the Lions haven't won it all yet. So, I'm not talking about the playoffs, but I'm talking about regular season. The Thunder are the NBA's Detroit Lions. You'll always get effort. They'll never give up. They might as well have Dan Campbell doing the press conferences talking about biting kneecaps, like dead serious. So, if I'm going to play this game, which I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not playing this game. But if I'm playing this game and you're going to tell me, Joe, no matter who you play, you're going to lose your money, I could sleep easier if I lost my money betting on a team that is going to come and give effort. And if they go down 20 in the first half, the game's not over, right? Like, I mean, with a 12.5 point spread, you'd like to think if they went down 20, the cover would be over. But this team fights is my point, and they're going to fight. And if you're going to put some money on this game, if you want to just put some pizza money on it, just to watch it, make it more interesting, I'd rather go with OKC all day than a team I cannot trust with and I got a lot of hate for this last year because maybe I was a year or two too early, but I didn't say he was washed. I said he was starting to look washed. But does Joel Embiid remind anyone else of how Patrick Ewing started to look as he kind of lost his knees? Because as a Knicks fan, it looks exactly the same to me. And I think he doesn't have long before he'll always be a decent player because he can shoot. He's 7 feet, but he's not the MVP guy that he was a couple years ago. Last game, the coin flip game. Phoenix Suns at the Hawks. Such a hard game for me. That's why I feel like it's a coin flip. Now, I could understand, like my boy Jay Briggs, he's all over the Hawks, and he made a great argument for this. My other boy, I watch Jay Money, love his shit. Shout out to you guys if you ever watch me. Love to be on the show. He's on the other side of this, and just I can't even make my mind up. Now, like I said, Jay Briggs, he's on the Hawks, right? And I understand taking the points with the home dog, especially Atlanta. They've done well in step-up spots. They've already beaten Boston, Cleveland, New York. So if you call this a step-up spot against the Suns, who haven't been great this year, but they've been really good lately, especially since putting Beal on the bench, having him coming off the bench has sparked the team. They've won a few games in a row. They're looking pretty decent. We all know they got top-end talent with Durant and Booker. I mean, you could even call Beal top-end talent, I guess, even though he's coming off the bench, even though he hasn't had the greatest season. So you got a really talented team who's on a hot streak. They mix some things up, so you don't know, which team you're going to get. And then Atlanta, you don't know which team you're going to get because, like I said, they're great in step-up spots, and then they tend to play down to competition. So how are they looking at the Suns? Are they looking at the Suns as a potential top 3 team in the West and they want to prove something? Then it might be smart to take the points with the home team. But if they're looking at it as like, who cares? It's a Western Conference team, not in the top 5. Then they might play down a little bit, not come with it. And if they do that, then I think the Suns can win this game. So complete coin flip in this game. And those are the 3 games that I have for you guys. I hope that information helped you guys. I'll go through either all the games or almost all the games from now on. We've been killing the NFL. We didn't have a great season like a lot of the Sharps overall, the regular season. Been killing the playoffs. Shout out to the Rams. Rallying around their teams, their families, their pets, their homes are on fire. I knew it when I heard Sean McVay talk about it, the camaraderie and all that. It's like, yo, they're gonna win this game. And then you have Sam Darnold. I just had a feeling he was going to be the old Sam Darnold. And so shout out to them. Unrelated to the NBA slate. Don't know if this helps anyone. But next week, can you imagine being the Rams and having to go to Philly next week? I know you're getting 6 points. I wouldn't even think about touching the Rams. It's going to be an emotional letdown. I might stay away from the game if you had to lay 7.5 or more with the Eagles, but under a touchdown with the Eagles is crazy. Rams are a little overvalued right now after that game. They're not going to get pressure on Hurts against that offensive line like they did with Darnold. You could possibly force Hurts into a mistake, maybe, but they're going to control the line of scrimmage. They're going to have a dominant run game. And their defense is going to be awesome. Anything under a touchdown is Eagles, baby. And I'm a Commanders fan. So when I tell you something, I don't give a fuck about who I want to win. I'm just telling you what I think. Because at the end of the day, it's all about money. Now, subscribe, like, say a comment, do something. Help me out, man. Help out a boy chasing his dream, all right? Until next time.